DK Phobos on the hunt right now with his Invis rune. What do you think about his choice here of going for the early Vlads rather than a quick BKB to make 3 magic immune cores?
I think they realize that Fnatic's heroes just don't deal damage, and if you stack up the armor, you've got the Vlad's aura, you've got the Assault Cuirass aura on the G, how do you actually kill any of them when they decide to BKB? Even if it's a 2v5 fight with the Naga Song and the Siren, I'm not entirely sure that Fnatic can deal enough damage to cut through it. Because Kuchikimba, his BKB should come about now, but at the same time, he still only deals about 150 a hit. That's just not going to cut it against a hero that has nearly 30 armor. He's actually got more than 30 armor.
Yes.
I misjudged him. He doesn't even have the Vlad's aura yet. He's going to have 50 armor.
He is a beast right now in Fnatic. Oh, they could be in a bad position here. They're going to go for the smoke up. Lil already sees him, missed the Fisher, but KYXY has been stunned up. They managed to get some stuns onto Lil, but KYXY is going to be sacked here. He loses reincarnation, and the rest of Fnatic waiting to go back in. BKB is being popped now by VP with Mushi popping that Saga Siren that leaves Illidan all by himself, but he doesn't care. He's going to man mode this one out. Kenchigimbo pops his BKB, trying to go for God, but he's just too damn tanky. DK Phobos bumping back Kenchigimbo with a charge over to the supports as well. Two-man Fisher on top of that one. Kenchigimba is on the escape at the same time. Mushi maybe sacrifices the gyrocopter. Kenchigimba playing around with these centaurs, trying to clear through them. Echo Slam gets laid out. He goes down. And now the chase continues for Johnny with a charge on top. He's not going anywhere. It's only Ohio, the offlaner, who will survive once again. Fnatic just shy of getting team wiped.
Yeah, that's 4 for 0 right now as VP just completely dominates that fight. And that's what I'm talking about. When VP decide to pop the BKBs, even with the Song of the Siren, they just have to play defensively because they're struggling so hard to deal any sort of damage. You noticed even the Wraith King had to just back up, run into a corner. He didn't really know what to do, and that's even without the Aegis. And so once he has a Butterfly, you're nowhere near an MKB if you're Fnatic. You still have the combo that you can fall back on, but consecutive fight after consecutive fight loss means that eventually it's not going to matter whether you hit the wombo combo.
Now the incredibly effective support item Solar Crest is being placed on God. There's no chance there's going to be an MKB anytime soon. Out of Fnatic, a charge comes in. KYXY just bumped back by a Fisher. He still does not have his reincarnation for a full minute. That's why Illidan feels pretty much no danger in pushing forward into this melee racks.
He still has his BKB, and even without an Aegis, he's pretty confident because he realizes you've got the grave, there's nothing that can go through that, and they want to go high ground with this. 31 minutes into the game, VP is usually a team that's completely methodical. They'll wait, but they're deciding to just go for it right now. They can taste blood.
Oh, there's the two-man vacuum, but it's still not enough for them to be able to win the fight. The call down gets laid out. KYXY, he's going to be going down again. Beyond godlike already for Illidan as he now marches to kill Ohio as well. Great Light Strike Array, though, catches multiple, and they'll take out DK Phobos to start with, and now Illidan going to be caught by the Wraith King stun, and more right clicks. They can't quite get it. FNG's keeping Illidan alive. Johnny has one chance to be able to get a Dragon Slave, but he turns around to face up against God. Level 17 Dragonite will finally die here as Ohio picks up the double kill. They hold their melee racks, but they've lost the tier 3, the range racks, and it did cost them a buyback there out of Ohio as well as KYXY.
And that's the worst thing, is that KYXY has had these same set of items for quite some time, and you've pretty much killed all chances of him catching back into the game. He's got 411 gold, nowhere near an MKB that he desperately needs. Meanwhile, if you just look at VP's side, Illidan's got the Butterfly. I mean, I don't mean to be negative on Fnatic's chances, but at a certain point, there are just items that you can't really beat with what you have. And Fnatic are rapidly approaching that point. They can't take another sloppy Roche fight. They actually have to steal it, because I don't know if they can hold the high ground if there's both an Aegis and double BKBs up on both cores. And now you can't commit buybacks anymore.
Now a third BKB. DK Phobos has his. Lil's got a Glimmer Cape. And we already talked about that Solar Crest, what could be a Force Staff for FNG as well. I love the way that Virtus Pro are playing very disciplined when they push uphill as well. This is what kind of struck me. They had the Gyrocopter there on the front lines. They had everyone else sitting very far back because they really wanted to make sure they did not get caught out by a big blink vacuum out from Ohio. And you could see when Fnatic finally were forced to make the initiation, all Ohio could grab was a two-man vacuum from it.
Yeah, and with all these BKBs up at the same time, as long as VP's fast to the trigger, they can take these fights, but it's going to come down to how Fnatic decides to approach this. They don't have a smoke for quite some time, Austin, and that's what I'm a little bit concerned about it from them. How do you take the Roche fight? You can't really walk in. You have the gem, sure, but they don't have the gem anymore either, no. They actually got given with the dazzle, so they can't even walk in with vision. They're pretty much just fighting blind at this point.
Yeah, and Roshan's up in a minute and a half, so Fnatic have very little time to figure out a game plan here. It seems right now it's all about split pushing as Ohio pushes out the top lane. We have our Shadow Fiend actually just real quick bumps out of the jungle, clears through a creep wave, and then immediately TP's out. He's just too scared of the Spear Breaker.
And he should be at this point, because another catch means that Fnatic are going to get high ground. You don't want to be forced into a buyback situation as a Shadow Fiend, just because you spawn with no souls. So you're not going to be able to deal any damage. Your ultimate's probably already been popped at that point, and even if it hasn't, your BKB ultimate with 18 souls isn't going to really change the fight. Fnatic pretty much need the perfect setup here. They probably need to blow up one or two heroes with the Song of the Siren. Like, they have to catch somebody from VP that doesn't pop it in time, and then after that, they pretty much have to win a 4v5 fight after that point. But I'm not sure if they can do enough burst damage. They don't quite have the heroes for this.
Oh, Lil misses out on that one. Mushi thought about taking advantage of Lil, who's kind of stuck in this position, but I think they realize VP are going to be nearby. Mushi starts a little bit of damage on Lil, but not too much pressure. VP start landing a response. They control this cliff area, which Fnatic simply cannot push into. We saw the last time they smoked up and tried to go up that cliff. Did not fare well for them. Lil's going to see the respawn of Roshan now. And Fnatic, time on the clock here, 35 minutes in. Seemingly need a miracle to be able to come back into this game after what is a 16,000 gold lead from VP. Very monstrous late game potential here. Solar Crest bringing Roshan. Look at it, it's already going down to 3k HP. And Fnatic are not going to be able to mount a response in time. Aegis already in the hands of Illidan. And TK Phobos, he wants to be able to force this fight. Charge right through Mushi, leading things up for Lil to be able to get a multiple stuns. Johnny's going to be controlled up by TK Phobos. Meanwhile, farther up, they do manage to take out the Wraith King for the first life. Farther down, Mushi is trying to back himself away from the rest of VP. Nice two-man vacuum with wall on top. TK Phobos actually going to go down here. God, though, pops his BKB and now challenges Ketchigimba for superiority. Ketchigimba running away, but nice Song of Siren out from Mushi. They're going to try and pop God here. They lick on the Song of Siren. God gets brought a little bit low, but it's still not enough. The Shell's Grave is there, and Ketchigimba, desperate to be able to TP out, does not make it away. Johnny TP's out, but they lost their core. KYXY as well as Ketchigimba are down, and Virtus Pro now go for the second lane of racks at bottom.
There's no buyback on the Wraith King. The Shadow Fiend does have one, but Fnatic no longer have any abilities. This bottom fight is going to be so hard for them to hold. The Elder Dragon form still has about 20 seconds left on it. Illidan has the Aegis, and he's so far for 36 minutes into the game. They've got a Grave and the Earthshaker backing them up. At best, this is going to be a 3v4 fight for Fnatic.
Buyback is there. Ohio, two-man vacuum with the Shivas on top, but the magic damage just isn't nearly enough. God, still very healthy. As Illidan leads the charge here against Ketchigimba, trying to desperately to get back to the fountain. Lina goes down, and Ketchigimba just barely gets back in time, but that is definitely a second lane of Rax. The only reason their top lane of Rax is potentially going to stay alive for a little bit here is because that tier 2 tower is still up. You can see a gigantic creep wave is on its way. VP seemingly already have this game in the bag. 37 minutes in, 30-13 to their advantage.
That's a full Satanic, by the way, finished on Illidan. If you thought he was going to die before, he's got an Aegis, a Satanic, a Butterfly. There's no MKB completed on anybody on Fnatic. I mean, this is starting to look nigh impossible.
Bouncing back, TK Phobos about to finish up a Blade Mail on top of that. We've got the 4-staff in for Dazzle. The list of items just goes on and on and on. For everyone that's picked up, Fnatic's chances in this game get a little bit slimmer. Illidan on the front lines here for this tier 3 tower. The last lane of Rax. This is do or die for Fnatic. Mushi is in an interesting position here. Gets caught out by Illidan. BKB activated. Mushi is already down and out. It's KYXY. He's going to go down as well. He does not have a buyback. The Blink Dagger picked up from Ketchigimba, but he may not have the opportunity to use it. Nice vacuum into the wall, but the ultimate just doesn't seem to do anything. Ketchigimba gets torn apart like paper. Ohio's next up, and there it is. GG, Fnatic call it. Their opportunities here at the International come to a close as Virtus Pro take them out in this best-of-1 elimination match.
What a dominant performance by Virtus Pro. They don't even look phased. They're not even really, I'm sure they're happy, but it doesn't even look like that bothered them. They're like, We expected to go there, be clinical, take them apart, and that's exactly what they did. An absolutely dominant performance from them, surrendering just 14 kills in 38 minutes. Fantastic play by Virtus Pro. Congratulations to them to moving on to the top 12. At the same time, condolences to Fnatic, who worked their heart out to get here and still walk away with a decent chunk of change.
Yeah, some big veterans on the Southeast Asian side. Got to give props to them. Of course, VP, expected just such a dominant performance by them from a team that, actually almost made it into the upper bracket and only lost due to a tiebreaker. Great performance by them. Looking forward to seeing more. We'll see what our analysts have to say about VP and Fnatic.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yeah, we lose another team. There were 16, there are now 13. We'll also eliminate one more before the night is out as well. We have Fnatic added to a long list, or an even longer list as it's getting, of big names. Newbie are gone. Fnatic are gone. We are losing champions left, right and centre as well, and Na'Vi are also gone. We could even lose a third by the end of the night as well. Disappointing from Fnatic, I think we can say, but actually very, very powerful show of display by Virtus Pro.
Yeah, if you can count on one thing when you watch VP play, it is that they will play with absolutely no fear. And that's what you saw from that squad tonight. And, I mean, Illidan, when he is on his game, is as dangerous and as aggressive a carry player as you'll see in the game right now.
Yeah, I mean, we used to see him farm really good, but now he farms and gets kills really well throughout the entire game. Just amazing to watch.
Okay, we do have a quick clip of one of the key moments in the game. This is the Roshan take where they went on towards the racks as well. So, key moment in this one. They were well ahead at this point anyway. This just kind of confirmed their victory.
Yeah, exactly. This was pretty late in. I think this is actually the third Roshan that we're seeing here. And the team fight here, there's no way for Fnatic to work with. They don't have enough items to deal with VP.
And VP just really needed BKBs to counter it. Fnatic didn't even coordinate that well. They had another Roshan fight prior where Mushi released the Song of the Side